I remember last year, I'm like, all right, guys, we're all, I'm going dry. Who else is joining me? And everyone was like, yeah, I'm in. And by January 8th, everyone else, except for me and one other guy, we're back drinking again, right? And I'm like, geez, it's January 8th.
Good day, Industrial Advisors listeners, and thank you for tuning in. If you have not subscribed, please do so by clicking subscribe wherever you podcast. Click the like button and hit the bell if you want notifications of when we put up new content. Leave us a comment about anything we discuss here today or general comments about the show. Now, let's get into it.
All right, welcome to our Industrial Advisors podcast. This is a 5-minute Friday, and the topic is New Year's resolutions.
Which is perfect timing for it, Bill, because it's actually the day we're recording this is January 1. And, obviously everybody's setting New Year's resolutions. And by the time this podcast comes out, is statistically, Bill, when everybody's failing, right? So here's some statistics. Every year, about 38.5% of U.S. adults set New Year's resolutions, and 43% of them fail by right now when everybody's listening to this, by February 1, right?
Yep.
And overall, only about 9% of all New Year's resolutions make it to completion successfully.
Yep.
Right? So very, very low. Very low percentage of success, I would say, right? So right about now, all the listeners are saying, gosh, I'm struggling with my New Year's resolution. Bill, let's talk about the most common New Year's resolutions. What are they?
So statistically, they are losing weight is 13% of them is that.
Yep.
Exercise more is 10.
That exercise is probably the one you set, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's right. Actually, it is. I do want to. I'll get into that.
Okay.
But be a better person.
No.
So that's okay. There you go. Improve health. Stop smoking. Spend less. Save more. Eat healthier. Get a better job. Go back to school. Get closer to God. Increase family time. And then you have a bunch of other ones as well.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and then statistically, how to keep your New Year's resolutions, and this is not our opinion. This was just pulled up on some Google searches of the highest percentages. So right about now, if you guys are struggling, here are the 5 top things to get you back on track. So number 1, be very specific in your goals. Set your resolutions should be extremely clear. Okay. Number 2 is measurable. 3, and maybe the most important, achievable. Set a realistic goal. Set a relevant goal. Have it time bound. So you really want to have that allocated on timing, and give yourself small rewards. Don't say, gosh, by the end of the year, I'm going to do this. Break it down to the week, what you're doing, and celebrate your successes. And then the final one is review it regularly, right? So right about now is when you're loosening it up, and then the New Year's is long gone. It's a month later. So review it regularly, if not daily.
Yeah. All good. It's similar to like making a business plan, right?
That's right.
And having business goals. So specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time bound, and review it.
That's right. Let's talk about our goals. So it's the second.
Yeah.
Bill, tell us about your New Year's resolutions.
So I'll mention 2 things. So you go through the holiday season, and it seems like literally every night there's a party, right? So I'm pretty good at that. I'm pretty good at partying.
Yes, you are.
But so every January I go dry. But it
Yep.
was funny. You're reading some of those stats, and like I have a bunch of buddies that I'm on this text train with.
Yep.
And I remember last year, I'm like, all right, guys, we're all, I'm going dry. Who else is joining me? And everyone was like, yeah, I'm in. And by January 8th, everyone else, except for me and one other guy, we're back drinking again, right? And I'm like, geez, it's January 8th. It's not even like January 18th.
Guys just falling off the wagon.
So I will do that again. And then, back when I was in my running prime, I would run like 7 marathons a year.
Yep.
And during COVID, the marathons went away, right? They wouldn't bring big groups together. And so then, back in 19, or I think it was 20, I can't remember what year, They did one in Chicago was the first one I got back into. Anyway, this year, my goal is to run 3 to 5. I have one in January 28th I'm signed up for. I'm running Boston in April. And so
what's your January 28th one?
It's awesome, man. It's this one I found. It starts in Tukwila. You run from Tukwila to West Seattle, back to Tukwila.
You've done this one.
No, it's a different one.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
But you do it twice.
Okay.
So you go to Tukwila to West Seattle twice.
Great.
And so there's that. So getting to 3 to 5, if you knock 2 out by April, should be very achievable.
Love it.
Yeah.
Those
Now, what
great.
are yours?
So like you, I do dry January. Last year, if you recall, I did P90X, which is kind of a throwback thing with my 5 closest friends.
Oh, yeah.
We did it successfully, and we're doing it again.
Love it.
So I'm on day 2 this morning, got up at 5 and knocked out my P90X. And then this is a little twist. As you know, I bought a new house this summer, and I had this goal of building an outdoor hot sauna, right? And so I built that and then got a cold plunge. Okay. So my goal is to do that workout and then do, about 15 minutes and about 190 in the sauna every morning, and then jump into the cold plunge, which I started at 47 degrees and that was just flat out too cold.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do 3 minutes a morning in the cold plunge at 55 degrees. It has all sorts of health benefits. So
Yeah.
I'm just loving it.
Yeah.
So those are kind of my physical goals. And then, as you know, I'm months away from being an empty nester.
Yeah.
Second kid,
Unbelievable.
Marin's going to be selecting a college soon. And so I really thought it was important that Laura and I set something together, kind of a hobby or a date night, because we're going to be empty nesters.
Yeah.
We need some new hobbies.
Yeah.
And so
You can't cold call all day.
I cannot cold call all day.
Yeah.
So I said to her, hey, let's set something together. How about we learn how to do a dance, some sort of dance, like ballroom dance or swing dance or something? And she's like, I don't know about dancing. She's like, how about curling? And I'm like, curling, like P90X, like weightlifting? She's like, no, like on the like the Olympic sport. And I'm like, what? Where did that come from, right? And she's like, she pulls it up. She's like, I've been looking at this, right?
Yeah.
And sure enough, in not 3-4 minutes from my house is a curling thing, a club.
Yeah.
And I'm like, curling. Okay, let's do it. So we have our scheduled first instruction in curling, and then our objective is to join this league and learn how to be a curling team.
That's amazing. Is curling are you on a team of how many people are on a curling team?
I
any
don't
of
know,
that stuff.
right?
Okay,
I think it's 4, if I recall. But so we have something scheduled next week for our first an introduction to curling. So I'll be able to answer that soon.
So you thought you were doing arm curls and
I'm like, curling?
Yeah.
I could curl.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. Those are great, man. That's exciting. Well,
That's right.
Good luck to everybody and stay with it.
Stay with it.
All right.